Most Olympic mascots are equally as bizarre as they are unmemorable. I mean, look at our London Olympics. We had an eyeball in a gimp suit. I mean, what the hell was all that about? However, you might get lucky and have them based on an animal indigenous to the host's country. But 90% of the time, they're generic nonsense, thought up by some pretentious twat on a marketing team designed to offend as few people as possible. But there's one exception to that. Izzy, the mascot for the Atlanta 1996 Olympic Games. Now, Izzy was, on the whole, pushed a lot more than other Olympic mascots, and he wasn't based on an animal either. Wikipedia lists him as an abstract figure, which is a good euphemism for we haven't got a bloody clue what this thing's supposed to be. And Izzy's hype train would begin early as 1992 in fact, when he made an appearance at the closing ceremony of the Barcelona 1992 Games, and did little more except stagger around the stage while everyone dancing around him desperately tried to ignore it. Basically, think of the gobbledygooker, but in front of hundreds of millions of people across the planet, all wondering whether this was actually supposed to represent the city of Atlanta to the world. The character was pushed so hard that Izzy ended up starring in a cartoon series, and not just one, but 2 video games. Izzy's quest for the Olympic rings, based on the TV series, and Izzy's adventure on the PC. No Olympic mascot before, or even since, has ever had that honour bestowed upon them. It's quite clear that the designers of Izzy had high hopes for the character, that maybe he'd even have a future beyond the Olympics. But alas, this was not to happen. Izzy was reviled from the beginning, when he was literally called What Is It as early as 1992. People decided that What Is It was either a blue doofus, roadkill, or a big sperm with legs. Izzy's abstract shape was designed so he could morph into anything he wanted. But once he'd been branded as a pile of spunk, his fate was basically sealed. Izzy would go on to be heavily redesigned. His name was changed, he was made smaller, more childlike, and less, well, semen-like. But the damage was done. So with all that said and done, why does he belong here? All Olympic mascots get dropped for the same reason: their games end. However, Izzy is perhaps the only mascot to have the honour of being virtually dropped before his own Olympic Games. After all the hype of the 4 years of mockery, Izzy didn't even appear at the opening ceremony of 1996. Children liked him and bought his dolls, but that was about it. He barely appeared at the Games and would quickly be regarded as the single worst Olympic mascot ever.